Right, it's a story of my first night in Spanish jail when I was caught in Spain with 3 ton of hash. This is a year on. I hate to relive it, but here we go.
So here we go, first night in a Spanish jail, man. We got taken from Denia Court. We got thrown in the back of a police wagon. We got to the motorway, the A7 motorway. You can either go left to Alicante or right to Valencia. If we go to Valencia, it's okay. The prison ain't too bad. If we go left, that means we're going to Foncalent, mate, and it ain't going to be good for us. So at this point, man, I was 22 years old, shitting myself. So as we're coming towards this split road where it goes Alicante and Valencia, I'm just praying we go right. I'm praying we go right, man. And then bang, we go left, mate. Then I know we're going to Foncalent Penitentiary, man, and this is like one of the roughest, worst fucking prisons. It's a naughty place.
We were in the holding cells. We were there for like 5 days, 6 days. I can't even remember. It was a long time we were in there. It felt like it anyway, and that was way worse in there than it was in the actual prison. I'm telling you. When we went into court, it weren't like your average court, mate. It was a room with a woman sat there with a book. That was all it was. So all us three sat there in front of this woman, and it all seemed calm. I was like, I'm getting away with it. I'm going home. I'm going home. She's reading through a book, and she decided our fate off a textbook. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So I thought I was going home. We walked out, and I was like quite happy. I thought, oh shit, that went pretty well. Next thing you know, prison. And I was like, oh my God. Now I'm freaking the fuck out. So I ran over to this is all handcuffed. I ran over to this window, that window right there, yeah. And everybody was at the bottom. My dad, my girlfriend, Daisy, Jason, and paparazzi, mate. So I just ran over, handcuffed and hang my head out the window. And I was like, Daisy, I love you. Paparazzi were flicking like that. And yeah, man, Daisy was looking up, crying her eyes out. I didn't know what the fuck to think, you know what I mean? I remember fucking like shouting, fuck you to the paparazzi, you know, and that was all on the news that day, you know what I mean? So when I got out, my whole town knew about it all and saw that shit. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So when now we're in the van being taken, there's me, Don and Tony. And this Moroccan fella was also being transported with us. So he was the one who was telling us about the prisons and things like that and what to expect, because he'd done all the bird in all the different prisons. He'd been around the block, mate, through the hash game. Moroccans ran that shit.
Mate, it's the longest journey ever, man. It was boiling hot, so fucking hot. The only thing you had was this little fan at the top there, man. Just remember dripping with sweat as we're coming closer to this Foncalent, man. It's like this fucking brick, derelict looking third world building, man. It's just very eerie looking place. As we pulled up, we all got out the holding van, and then we were led into the first unit of Foncalent. As we were walking in, the first thing I fucking see was 2 Guardia Civil carrying out this old fucking geezer dead, mate. Oh my God, I'm gonna die in here. I am gonna die in here.
No one should be going through that at 22. And I can't describe to you how it feels to lose your life, yeah? You soon know what you believe in when you lose your life. People ask me, Rick, why do you believe in God? And I asked them, I was like, or why do I believe in a higher power, yeah? And I always tell them, have you been in a position where your life is lost? Because you soon know what you believe in when you're put in that position. Prison was mad. Rolling up to that prison, that big brick, eerie building, it was scary, mate. I didn't know what the fuck to expect. But the prison was rife with AIDS, Legionnaire's disease, and hepatitis. And Tony, one of the fellas that I was in there with, actually got hepatitis when he was in there. But you would have friends in there, got close to people, and next thing you know, they got Legionnaire's disease and they never sin again. You know, Romania, if you were forced to drink the water in there and you had no money, like a majority of the Romanians, yeah, a lot of them were taken to the infirmaria, the hospital part of the prison, and never sin again. It was bad enough rolling up to that prison, but when we went in and when the first thing I saw was that old fella being taken out, yeah, dead, but he wasn't even an old fella. He was like my age now. So he was late 30s, yeah, and he looked about 90, and it was a heroin overdose. So it's the first thing I saw when I fucking went in there, mate. And if you want to know what the fucked up thing, the Guardia Civil looked at me, because he knew I was scared. He looked at me and said something to me when I was scared over looking at that body. Go and watch the videos to find out what it was. Or if you know, put it in the comments.
Before you go into the main prison, you have to be put into these like holding cells, like it's like the calm before the fucking storm, all through the fucking night. The only way I can describe this place was a lunatic asylum, mate. And this place actually had an asylum unit to it. So a lot of the prisoners made their way out the asylum part into general population. So it was a bunch of fucking nutters, mate. So the whole time for them 3 or 4 days where you're held in them holding cells before you go into the actual main prison, yeah, you were being torn, fucking there screaming shit at you. You were hearing men being fucking raped, mate. You were hearing men being fucked up, bruv. It is a scary, and you're thinking to yourself, I've got to go there. So after the 3 or 4 days, man, it was time to make our way into the main prison, man. And that's where shit got real.
Shout out to Carlos, man. He made it out the asylum and I was in the cell with him. He'd done his missus and killed her with a claw hammer, but he turned out to be a lovely bloke in the end, you know. But he'd made it out of the asylum into the main block, you know what I mean, into my module. The whole place was an asylum. I always say it was like an asylum zoo, because all night long you're being taunted. You're hearing men, you know, being sodomized and that. But the zoo noises, you're hearing these psychopathic people doing zoo noises and animal noises all night long, and just screams, and it's horrific, mate, horrific. So let this video be a lesson to you. If you're ever coming out to Spain and get a bit hard up and decide to break the law or transport some drugs like a dickhead like I've done, think twice about it, man, because you do not want to get yourself in a position in a Spanish and end up in a Spanish jail. Believe me, I know. Mind how you go.